All right, we have Cesar Reyes here from Arnold Elite. He lives just outside of San Antonio. So, Cesar, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good today, sir.
Good, good. So, you just finished the game, this tournament. So, describe how you played individually in that game and how you played as a team collectively.
Yeah, I feel like I played pretty good. Scored a lot. Passed the ball, had a couple assists, and I just try to get my team going off the jump, and I try to get my team involved. And I look for me and score when I can.
Yeah. And how do you, determine that? Differentiate when you know you have to score and be aggressive, and then know, okay, it's time to get my teammates involved.
Just the situation. How they're playing. They're playing man, so I know I could go ISO. I could always create my own shot, so I do that. But then when I see my teammates cut and they work hard for me, they work off the ball, I'm gonna find them for sure.
And describe the basketball scene. You live just outside of San Antonio. What's the town?
It's Sabinal, Texas.
So how is a scene there in your hometown?
Seeing it's a country town. It's pretty country, but I always loved basketball growing up. So we have one park, but I'm there all the time working. So yes, sir.
I'm glad you said that because you put in countless hours, late nights, early mornings, on the weekends instead of putting in work instead of having fun. So talk about that. Describe all the work you've been putting in.
Yeah, well, I made a decision my freshman year that I wanted to play collegiate ball, and I knew I had to work for it. So I skipped out on a lot of fun things, and I made sure I got to my goal first before I could do that. So right now I'm committed to TLU, Texas Lutheran. So yeah, sir, it all worked out for me. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, and I'm out about an hour away from San Antonio, but I go drive to practice every three times a week.
Yeah.
But I make the trip because I know it's gonna benefit me.
That's awesome. Again, congratulations on being committed. So what attracted you to Texas Lutheran? Why did you commit to that school, Caesar?
Texas Lutheran showed a lot of interest in me, and it showed a lot of love. I was the first guard they recruited, so that was a big push for me. And it's close by, but it's not too close. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple schools from out of state, but I wanted to stay home, and all my family could go watch me play still. So that was a big part of my decision.
Hey, quickly, what class are you?
I'm 2021.
Okay, so you're a senior right now, getting ready to.
I just graduated.
Oh, you just graduated. Okay, congratulations. And okay, describe yourself as a player. What are your strengths?
My strengths, I would say, is my scoring ability, my vision, and just my basketball IQ. I run point. Your point guard has to have a lot of IQ when you play basketball. It makes the game flow a lot better. So, yeah, that's I think my strengths: passing, vision, and scoring.
Excellent. And describe to us how the intricacies of playing the point guard position. When you bring the ball up court, Caesar, what are you looking for? How are you reading the defense?
I just read mismatches and the off ball play. So when my teammates playing off ball, they're just setting screens for each other. I'm just reading the court, see who's open. Like when you're a point guard, you're basically the quarterback. Quarterback of your team. It's all mental, so you always got to look out and have your eyes up.
Awesome. And what NBA players did you grow up watching, and what players do you model your game after?
I model my game after Allen Iverson, Chris Paul. Those two guys. LeBron James is what made LeBron James. He's just a freak, but I try to model my game. Yeah, Chris Paul and Allen Iverson.
Hey, those are the two greatest point guards, right, to ever play. And what specifically do you like about Chris Paul and Allen Iverson's game?
Chris Paul's IQ. Chris Paul's IQ is definitely one thing I try to model my game after. And Allen Iverson's he's just a dog. That's what I try to do. I want to be a dog on the court, especially on the defensive side too. Just he's small, but he could always go score. So height, heart over height. Like I say.
Hey, well said. And what are you trying to work on in your game, Caesar?
I was just trying to work on everything. Everything could always get better. So shooting, everything, scoring, defense, everything always has to be worked on, and you could always get better. So everything.
And do you have any more games with your team today, Caesar? Or are you guys done?
We have another game at 2:00, and then that's to get into the championship game. So hopefully we can put that one out.
Oh, nice. So what is the keys for your team in that championship game? What do you guys need to do in order to win?
Our teams, this team is definitely outsizing us, so I think we need to just rebounds, focus on rebounds and boxing out. And then we just got pushed the floor. I think we're a quicker team than them. So if we can push the floor and run the court, I think we could take the win.
Nice. And obviously, right now you're committed to playing in college, but what are your long-term goals in basketball and in life, Caesar?
Long-term, I want to go overseas and play professionally. I want to just play professionally somewhere. That's my goal. And if not, then I'm a major in sports management. So yeah, I always want to do something with sports for sure in my life.
That's awesome. And last question for you. So what is the biggest takeaway that you're gonna have individually and then as a team from this tournament? What do you need to work on?
Individually, I would just say just get more shots up. I need to work on my three a little bit. My first game I played, it was falling. Second game, falling a little bit, not so much. But I just more being consistent from the 3-point line. That's about it.
And then what about as a team? What do you do well as a team this tournament? What do you guys need to work on?
We pass the ball a lot. So I think our passing, selflessness is very good. And we just need to work on defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. We need to just get more rebounds.
And what about the brotherhood that you have with your teammates and the coaching staff?
Our brotherhood's very tight. I've been with Arnold Elite since I was a sophomore. So like me and our coaches we're very tight. We're like a family over here. So it's good. We're all close together.
Well, best of luck, Cesar. Texas Lutheran's getting a great one. You're driven, focused, and I love it. Great. Best of luck going forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's welcome Desmond from D5 Global. Desmond, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. So he just came fresh off a game where he had a nice performance. So Desmond, just how was that game for you individually, and then how was it for your team? I know you're able to get the win.
Well, I just came off a real good game last game, so I had to come in hot. And then when he did that dirty play on our player, coach told me he have to go crazy. So I just started doing my thing.
Yeah. And Desmond, when you were doing your thing, you were shooting a lot, getting to the hole. Describe what your mentality and mindset was.
I mean, I just had to go play basketball. I seen one of our better players go down. Somebody had to step up and take advantage. So I went and worked.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about you as a player now, Desmond. What are your strengths?
My strength is my shooting, but I also have an inside-out game. So whenever my shot's not falling, I can go play down low.
Okay. And talk about like how you became such a great shooter. Tell all the countless hours you put in the gym.
I mean, I'm always just in the gym with my dad, just putting up shots.
Yeah. So who are your favorite players that you like to model your game after, Desmond?
I like KD and Giannis.
And what do you like about KD and Giannis about their game?
I mean, they're both 7 foot. KD can stretch out the floor.
Yeah.
I like Giannis' physicality.
Yeah.
And getting to the rim.
Well, they're going to battle it out tonight. We'll see what's going to happen. So, what about your weaknesses? What are you trying to work on, Desmond?
Definitely defense. We got to work on defense and rebounding.
Okay. And then do you have any more games left for your team today?
No, not today. That's it. We play tomorrow.
So what are the keys to victory for tomorrow? What does your team need to do in order to win?
We just all need to play together, play team ball, play defense, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Talk about the D5 Global program. How much are you enjoying yourself in this program?
Yeah, this is actually my first time playing with them. It's a real good experience. I'm having fun.
And how is your team? Describe your team. You guys like to push it?
We push the floor, press and trap. Everybody plays good together.
And what about the you know your teammates a little bit today. So how was that kind of working, that chemistry?
It's going real good. I mean, it's a new team. They took me in and they let me go play my game.
Yeah.
We just all play together and got 2 W's.
What about long-term goals that's been in basketball and in life?
I mean, I obviously want to go play college ball, but if that don't work out, I plan to try to go overseas or something.
Okay. And what class are you in, Desmond?
2021.
2021, and where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Oh, you're from Oklahoma? Okay, another
Yes,
guy from Oklahoma. So describe the basketball scene in Oklahoma.
I mean, we have some good people out there. People sleep on Oklahoma. We got some good talent out there.
They do. Trey Young, among others, Buddy Hield. We got a lot of homegrown talent there. So thank you very much, Desmond. Best of luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got Mandrell Dean here from D5 Global. So Mandrell, how are you?
I'm good. What about you? First time really playing. So
Yeah, so Mandrell just came off a game. I'm sure you guys won.
yes, sir.
Okay, he played really well, Mandrell. So first of all, take us through that game. How did you play individually? Then how did you play as a team?
So this is what I try to do individually. I mean, I try to really work the ball, get my team involved, try to space the floor, and really be a defender, a lockdown defender first before I get to scoring, because it gets me in a motion.
Yeah.
For my offense. So, in a team ball, I mean, it really came once I told you, like I said, once I really pass, cut, I mean, it really works. That's why I was like, I mean, it's a team.
Yeah. So, man, Joe, not a lot of people your age focus on playing defense. So, what's that mentality that you have when you're trying to lock somebody up?
I mean, I just really, it's really a Mamba mentality, really. It's really a Kobe mentality. I don't want you to score on me. I mean, that's probably about it. Like, and then a lot of people like to talk noise. I'm a quiet defender. So I would lock you up and then won't say nothing. So
Silent but deadly, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that, man, Joe.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, let's talk about what class are you in and what school do you go to?
I'm in class of 2022. I'm actually out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So I go to Putnam City North High School. I'm gonna be a senior this year.
Oh, that's awesome, man, Joe. So talk about the basketball scene there in Oklahoma City.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's cool or whatever, but I really just want to come out of town and get a different experience, play with different people. You feel me? So
Yeah.
So I can just get a different look at everything. I mean, I like OKC AAU basketball, but I mean, I kind of just wanted to go out of town and meet new people.
Yeah, and man, Joe, when you came here to this tournament, what were you expecting? What was your expectations?
To win.
Simple as that.
I don't want to lose.
So let's talk about your game, man, Joe. What are your strengths?
I really feel like I'm a lockdown defender. Really, that's first out of everything. I'm very athletic.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. I mean, I can shoot the three. I love mid-range shots. I just want to help, and then I love to help my teammates succeed too. I like to make my teammates better.
Yeah. What are you trying to work on in your game, man, Joe?
I would best say to work on is my handles and more shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still young, right?
Yes,
A lot of
yes,
potential.
Yes,
Because I'm not talking about your role models. Who are your NBA players that you look up to and model your game after?
My favorite current NBA player is actually Kevin Durant, and I kind of like Russell. I like Russell Westbrook too, but if we're gonna go all time, I'm gonna have to go with Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yeah, the Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
can't.
Yes, sir.
That's a great choice. You can't go wrong with Kobe Bryant. And then what about your long-term goals in basketball and in life, Mandrell?
Yes, sir. My long-term goal is just to be successful. I mean, I love basketball, but it's many more options out there. I'm just gonna keep praying to God, and hopefully I go to a good college, and hopefully I can just go on from there. But the long-term goal is just to be successful.
Yeah, I like that. That's very important for sure.
Sir.
And do you have any more games left with your team, Mandrell, or you're all done for the day?
We actually have a game on this court right here at I think around 6.
Okay, so what are the keys to victory for your team in that game?
Really just getting our defenders. Getting our opposing team out of their game.
Yeah.
Like just get them out their game first.
Okay.
And that comes with the defense. I mean, it only starts on the defensive end.
Yeah. Right. And then how was it like, playing, with your uncle, he's part of this D5 program. How was it like, that relationship with him?
I mean, I would choose it over any other AAU team personally because it's family and I can trust my family.
Yeah.
And I really like D5. We're good. So, I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's understood. They are very good, ladies and gentlemen. And go ahead, though, sorry.
And another thing I was going to say, too, I mean, D5, they just welcome me in because I'm like the only guy. Well, we actually just got another guy from Oklahoma City, but I'm like the really only guy from Oklahoma City. They just welcome me in, made me feel at home, man. And I like it.
Yeah, the people there are great for sure.
Yes, sir. They out of Austin, Texas. Yes, sir.
Yep, Austin, Texas, exactly. And last question for you: describe your team. What's your style of play? Do you like to shoot a lot of threes, attack the paint? What's your style? Your team style of play?
I feel like we like to work it. We like to work it in the paint first, and then you feel me. If the paint clog and we are forced to shoot threes, we won't really go to the threes. We'll try to find a mid-range shot, or if we have to shoot the three, we can shoot the three. But we really like to play fast. We got a lot of guards, so we like to still play fast and rock out like that.
Well, they've been doing a lot of winning so far in this tournament. I'm sure there's many more winning to come. Mandrell, best of luck going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have Jace Anderson here playing for D5 Global. So, Jace, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So you're here from San Diego, California, going all around doing the different tournaments. So how is it like exploring the basketball scene in other states?
It's very fun because you get to see how everyone else plays and just how they move on the court and stuff like that.
So describe the scene to us in basketball in San Diego.
It's very physical, and there's a lot of taller players. So for a smaller guard like me, you have to like find out how to make things happen.
And Jace, how do you play against smaller players? Because you like to get to the rim and shoot. So how do you navigate that?
Against smaller players, my height, I just really try and go hard because like they're the same height as me, so I can pressure them and do all this stuff. And yeah, it's just fun.
And Jace, let's just talk about your game. What are your strengths?
Shooting, ball handling, and defense, and being the leader.
And what are you trying to work on in your game?
Finishing around the rim.
And what NBA players do you model your game after?
Kyrie, Steph Curry, and Patrick Beverly sometimes.
And what do you like about Kyrie, Steph Curry, and Patrick Beverly?
I like Patrick Beverly because he can play defense really well and the passion for the game. And then Steph Curry, he can shoot very well and he can do almost everything on the floor. And then Kyrie, he could like dribble and his footwork is very nice and he can finish.
Yeah, he has all-around game for sure. And let's talk about your team, D5 Global. What is your style of play?
Fast-paced, out-hustling everyone. That's our type. Like, something.
Okay, and what about the rest of the day? You know, you have a couple more games coming up. What are the keys to victory for your team?
Playing hard and just out-hustling everyone.
And what is your long-term goal, Jace, about basketball and life?
Just make some type of professional basketball and just have an impact in our community.
I like it. He has a great head on his shoulders. He's got the best hair game in the tournament. So, Jace, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, we have Leon here from D5 2028. So, Leon, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, bro?
Doing good, doing good. So, you were at the VIP camp, last week. Tell us about that experience, your overall takeaways.
It was awesome. I felt happy in Austin. I felt welcome. I love that camp. I met new friends that are on my team, and it just made me feel better and got my hopes up for these games too.
And you even had a nice move, a nice good handles, that you really displayed there. So yeah, you had a great showing. So let's talk about you as a player. What are your strengths, Leon?
My strengths are shooting off the dribble, attacking the basket, and my playmaking ability.
And what players, NBA players, Leon, do you model your game after?
Well, I like Allen Iverson,
Okay.
Steve Nash, and Kobe.
You were the first one to say Allen Iverson, in all these interviews. So what specifically do you like about Allen Iverson? Of course, Steve Nash and Kobe.
The way they have perfect footwork on their moves. Like Allen Iverson, his crossover is very effective, and I try to use that also in games. Same thing when Kobe's in the basket and he goes for a pull-up. I'm used to doing that, and it helps me a lot and gets more points for me every single game.
And what are you trying to work on in your game, Leon?
Well, what I'm trying to work on is attacking the basket even more and improving my playmaking ability.
Okay, and describe your team for us, your D5 team. What's your style of play?
Well, my style of play is, helping my team out and helping myself also and being a team leader.
And how does your team play? Do you guys play fast? Do you shoot a lot of threes? Describe your team.
Our team is pretty fast. We have Jace, he's pretty fast. He's a good shooter. And we have another kid. He has a mohawk, number 4. He's a good shooter also.
Oh, Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes.
Hayes, okay. And talk about your dad. He's very passionate about basketball. He loves to see you do well. Describe your relationship with him, and basketball-wise.
Like, we have a very big bond that's very unbreakable. Like, he always tries to get in my mind, but I just focus on the game and just don't worry about what he's saying,
Yeah.
And he just hypes me up when I'm doing well.
Yeah, for sure, Leon. What are your long-term goals, Leon, in basketball and in life?
Well, in basketball terms, I just want to have fun in the game and just make it to the NBA and help lots of people out. And my life goals is just to be a great person and a healthy person.
I like that. Very mature. And last question. What does your team need to do today, Leon, to have success in this tournament?
Just play hard and have fun and play basketball.
All right.
That's all we got to do.
All right, you heard it from him. Leon from D5 Global. Thank you, Leon.
Yep.
All right, let's welcome Aiden from ISO Joe. And Aiden was making a lot of threes, doing a lot of great things in this game. Aiden, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for asking. So unfortunately, you guys came in second place, but it's still a very impressive feat. It's such a big tournament. Your teammates were saying this is your first EYBL tournament. So how was your experience coming to Dallas and playing here?
It was fun. We had a lot of great adventures. We stayed together, was in the room together, and all of that.
So let's talk about the X's and O's. What do you think you did well collectively throughout the tournament, and what do you think your team did well collectively?
We really played defense and locked up on defense. I feel like we shot the ball really well and scored really well.
And you in the championship game when you guys were playing against Campbell Elite, they had the size, but you guys were really making threes. So how was that like playing against a team that was a little bit bigger than you?
Everybody was saying we're too little coming to the game. We just want to prove them wrong.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about you as a player. What are your strengths, Aiden?
Shooting, ball handling. I feel like I'm a floor general and scoring.
So as a floor general, when you're bringing the ball up court, how are you reading the defense?
I read everybody, man, and what mismatches they have.
And you guys really like to share the ball. Talk about that. And you guys aren't afraid to feed the post, which is a lost art nowadays.
I feel like we have two of the biggest big men in the country in basketball, so I feel like we can play inside out.
And that's scary, right? Because if they sag on the big man, then you guys can really shoot. So you guys are pretty much impossible to defend when you guys are on.
Yeah.
So you are from Little Rock, Arkansas. So describe the basketball scene there.
It's a couple good teams there, a couple good players. Yeah, so we really just try to focus on ourselves though.
And what about the bond that you have with your brothers? The countless hours that you guys have spent together in the gym, off the court. Explain that to us.
Talk to each other every day, communicate with coaches, everything. We sometimes work out 5 a.m., sometimes 6 p.m. open run. They're very competitive.
And it sounds like from talking to your teammates, you guys enjoy those 6 a.m. runs. It's not like you guys are dreading that. Talk about that, where you guys are ready and willing to get in the gym and work.
We feel like that you have to put the work in to be where you want to be, and we're kind of where we want to be now, but we didn't have a good ending, but we want to make that good next time.
And what did you learn about yourself, Aiden, in this tournament, and what did you learn about your team?
I learned our team is having really good chemistry. We kind of just came together, not really, but like a couple players, so like, yeah.
Okay. And what are you trying to work on in your game, Aiden?
Trying to work on passing the ball a lot, good passes. I feel like I can work on a lot of things, ball handling. I still can work on my shooting.
You're still young, right? You still have so much potential. What about players that you like to follow and that you look up to, Aiden?
Kyrie, Steph, a lot of point guards, even Kimber.
Oh man, that's awesome. And what's a common thing that you like, about all those guys?
Shooting. Kyrie can finish really good, ball handling. And Kimber, he's just a flat-out scorer.
And what are your goals in life and in basketball?
Basketball is really go to the NBA. Just cut the distractions out because there are going to be distractions. So, yeah.
I like that. You already realized that, and you know how to cut them out already, I'm sure, Aiden. And lastly, describe your team, ISO Joe. You guys play so hard on both ends of the floor.
We just never get tired. We try so hard. We try to get in shape and stuff. We never quit. Like, we don't want to be remembered as quitters. We want to be remembered as winners. So, yeah.
And talk about that never quit attitude, because multiple times it looked like Campbell could have extended that lead, but you guys came back swinging in. You guys got a steal and almost stole that game from them.
We just try to keep competing, keep our composure, keep telling everything going to be good. Like, we have a winning mindset.
They definitely do. This is a team to watch out for, ladies and gentlemen. ISO Joe. So thank you very much, Aiden, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we got Samuel Funches here from Team ISO. Samuel, how are you?
Good.
So you guys just came off playing in the title game. So how do you think you played individually, and how did your team play collectively?
I think we played good because that was probably one of the top teams in America, and this is our first time in the EYBL, so it's pretty good.
How was that experience for you? What's you guys' biggest takeaways you're gonna have from this tournament, both you individually and then as a team?
Being able to fight even when we were down by like 6 and fighting through the whole game,
And talk
no matter what.
and talk about how resilient of a group you are, because multiple times it looked like Campbell could have extended the lead, but you guys just came fighting back. You guys came swinging. Talk about that a little bit. Your never give up attitude as a team.
I mean, even when they got on the roll, we just kept fighting back, and we didn't let them go up. We just kept getting back on defense and playing tough defense, and that's what it's about.
So you guys like to play inside out. You know, you guys like to play the high-low game, get it to your post. So talk about that. When your teammates give it to you in the post, what is your mentality when you're near the basket, Samuel?
You got to be able to be strong, maybe try and draw the foul, maybe get an and one.
And what players do you like to model your game after? Give me the NBA, international, anybody.
Anthony Davis, because he's an all-around post player. He can shoot, he can make moves and post moves.
And talk about all the hard work that you guys put in, you know, as a team, 6 a.m. runs, just in general, all the work that you guys spend in the gym.
We practice like maybe 4 times a week, and on the weekend we have 4-hour practices.
And then what about Little Rock? How's the basketball scene over there?
I don't even know. I'm not even from Little Rock. I live in Mississippi.
Oh, you're from Mississippi. Okay, well, what about the basketball scene there in Mississippi?
I mean, we're just not as good as Little Rock.
And what about coming to this tournament, you know, playing against some of the top teams in Texas and seeing as a measuring stick? You know, I know you guys wanted to win the whole thing, but placing second is a really incredible feat. So talk about that a little bit.
I mean, this is our first time in the EYBL, so we did pretty good. And when bigger tournaments come, we'll probably be able to win the championship.
And also, what are your goals in life and in basketball, Samuel?
Just to make it to the NBA. I don't really have a plan B yet.
I like it. He's focused. He's driven. Well, best of luck to you, Samuel, and best of luck to Team ISO.
Thank you.
All right, we have Micaiah Moore from ISO Joe just coming off the championship game. Unfortunately, they came up short, but what a team that they are. So, Micah, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your game first of all. What are your strengths as a player?
I would say 3-point shooting and defense.
And what NBA players do you model your game after, Micah?
Kemba Walker and Kyrie Irving.
And what do you like about each one of their games? Because those are two pretty stud players.
I know Kyrie can score and, facilitate as a point guard and do all the things on the court. And yeah, I think Kemba can do the same. So I just model my game after them.
And ISO Joe is from Little Rock, Arkansas. So tell us about the basketball scene there at Little Rock.
Say it again, I can hear you.
Tell us, how is basketball like there in Little Rock?
Basketball. I'm saying.
And how is it like coming to Texas and playing in this pretty big tournament here?
Yeah, it's big. It's pretty big and it's good. I was yeah.
So let's talk about the takeaways. How do you think you played individually in this entire tournament? And how do you think you guys played as a team? You guys played pretty well as a team, making it to the championship game, but tell us more about that.
As a team, I thought we defended well. We could have shot the ball a little bit better. Yeah, we could have rebounded a little bit better too.
So for those of people that have not seen ISO Joe play, how does your team play? Do you guys like to shoot a lot of threes? Do you guys like to push it down the paint? What kind of, describe your style of play for your team?
I say get out and run transition, and I feel like we're the best half-court scoring team in the whole country.
And talk about the brotherhood here. All your teammates are all behind us, you know, all supporting you. So tell us about that brotherhood that you have with your teammates.
Yeah, it's a great bond. We talk to each other every day, and we get in the gym with each other every day. So, yeah, we have a tight bond, and yeah, it's a brotherhood.
And talk about all the countless hours that you put in the gym, early mornings, late nights, on the weekends, instead of, you know, having fun.
Yeah, so every weekday, Monday through Friday, we always do at 6 o'clock. We always go to open runs at the gym and stuff like that, and have practice. And we do the same thing on Saturday and Sunday. So.
And last question: what are your long-term goals in basketball and in life?
In life, I want to be NBA basketball. I want to go to the NBA.
Well, he is definitely the best hair game so far in this tournament. So thank you very much, Micah. We appreciate it. Good job and best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
All right, we got another member from ISO Joe. This is Katavion Taylor. So Katavion, how are you?
Good.
So just came off a championship game. Fortunately, you guys come up a little bit short, but how was that game for you? How did you think you played individually, and how did you think your team played?
We did good. We could have did better on rebounding, just thinking better, and not forcing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and what do you think you did well?
Passing and rebounding.
So let's talk about you as a player. So what are your strengths, Katavion?
Rebounding and dribbling.
So what is your mentality, when you're rebounding? Because you were playing against a team that was a little bit bigger than y'all. So what was your mindset?
Like I gotta get aggressive and get low because they're bigger than me.
Okay. And you guys are from Little Rock, Arkansas. So how was it like, representing your city?
Great.
Awesome. So what about weaknesses? What do you want to work on as a player?
I say dribbling and shooting.
Okay. And how do you think you played overall in this entire tournament in general? And how do you think your team played?
We played great, but we did a lot of forcing stuff. We could have just took our time and just played our game.
And what players do you like to model your game after, Katavion?
LeBron and Kevin Durant.
And what do you like about each one of them?
They're aggressive. They rebound. They finish to the hole.
So talk about playing as a big guard, Katavion. How do you know when to attack the basket, use your size, use your length, use your athleticism, and then when to shoot threes?
So if I see an open lane, I'm attacking. But if it's like closed, I'll pass the ball around or try to shoot it.
And tell us about the ISO Joe program.
We're great. Joe Johnson's over it. It's a lot of fun. We get to go to his house. He supports us and all of that.
And how was it like having such a great mentor, Joe Johnson?
It was fun. It was great too.
Yeah, he was a great player, for sure. Okay, last question for you, Katavion. What is your goals, in life and in basketball?
I say playing sports, like being with family and stuff.
Well, best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we got Jaeshan Andrews here from Team ISO. So, Jaeshan, how are you?
I am great.
So, you guys came off a very hard-fought game in the title game. Unfortunately, you guys came up a little short, but hey, that's no small feat. You guys are first time playing in the Eagle IBL. So, how was your experience here at this tournament?
It was great. I had fun with my teammates. We got good exposure out of it, and hopefully we can come back and try to win it again.
Yeah. So what do you think you did well collectively throughout the tournament, Jaeshan, and what did your team do well collectively throughout the tournament?
Personally, me, I shot the ball pretty well, tried to distribute the ball to my teammates as much as possible. And my teammates, we played together. We had fun good as a team. And, like next time, I hope we can win.
Yeah. And then how do you differentiate as a guard when to attack the basket and when to pull up for three? Because you could do both. It seems like your whole team could do both, all the guards on your team.
Yeah. So I basically try to, if they're in help gap, I try to, if my teammates are open, I'll distribute the ball. But mainly if I have an open shot or a wide gap, I'll just drive or shoot.
Yeah. And also what was really impressive about your team is you guys were not afraid to feed the post, and you guys know how to feed the post. That's a lost art nowadays. So talk about that. Talk about feeding it to your big man.
Most teams they're mostly guard based. So like if they're guard based, we'll try to feed them as much as we can.
Yeah. And also, what are your goals? Your goals in life and basketball.
My goals in life mainly to make my family happy. Make sure they're all right, doing okay. And make it to the NBA. So make sure my family is still fed and make sure they have the things they need.
And talk about the bond that you have with your brothers. They're all right here, all supporting you. We've interviewed a lot of them, and the bond that you have with your coaches. Because you seem like a well-connected team.
Yes, sir. We all, we try to do stuff outside of the game. Go to malls and stores and stuff together. So yeah, that helps us keep the bond together.
And what about your weaknesses? What are you trying to work on?
Weaknesses, really trying to work on trying to get my right hand together. Sometimes whenever I bring it up, of course, trying to struggle. So yeah, that's mainly it.
Okay, and also, what NBA players do you like to model your game after?
LeBron and Kevin Durant.
And what class are you in?
2026.
And you're from Charlotte, I believe, right?
Well, I was born there, but I live in Arkansas.
Okay, you live in Arkansas. Okay, so talk about the basketball scene there in Arkansas.
In Arkansas, the scene is there's some good competition down there. But sometimes we try to play in Arkansas so we can get some of that exposure in Arkansas too. But mainly we try to play out of state, so because there's a lot of good competition out there too.
And describe the program ISO Joe. You guys are sponsored, by Joe Johnson, and you guys seem like you enjoy these 6 a.m. runs and these late night, practices. You guys want to get in the gym.
Yeah. So I mean, being sponsored by Joe is great. It's definitely inspiring to be around him and see his work and things, how he works out and stuff. But yeah, being sponsored by Jordan and that stuff, and we get the sponsor stuff, that's really cool. I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome. And last question, what is the biggest takeaway you learned about your team and yourself in this tournament?
I learned that if we play together, we can really do something with each other. We can win some amazing things and do great things in life. So that's mainly it.
They are for real, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Jaeshan, and thank you and best of luck, to ISO Joe.
Thank you.
All right, let's welcome another member from ISO Joe. This is Jordan Harris, who is 6'6". So Jordan, welcome.
Thank you.
So you guys came off that championship game. How do you think you played individually, and how do you think your team played?
We played good. We could have did more stuff as a team, and we got frustrated at the end.
So how do you use your, size, length, and athleticism in the paint, Jordan?
Well, me personally, you got to get rebound, and if I got somebody bigger than me, I'm going to space the floor out, get on perimeter. I'll get an open shot, and I'll just try to get a rebound.
So describe the scene, in Little Rock, Arkansas, the basketball scene there.
Well, it's a small city. We got some teams. We don't got a lot of big teams there.
Yeah. And what does it mean to you? I know you wanted to place first, but placing second in such a big tournament, what does that say about your team?
I mean, we gotta get back in the lab and work some more.
And what about the brotherhood that you have with your coaches, coaching staff, and your teammates? Because your coach was very enthusiastic, passionate, and your teammates, you guys play well and vibe off well one another.
Well, we just been together for so long. We got some new players, and we just been together for some months, and then we just built up the brotherhood on the team.
And talk about the culture of ISO Joe and just about the program in general.
Program is good. We don't have no bad people around. We only have good people around.
Yeah, and okay, what players do you like to model your game after?
My game after, I'll say Giannis, LeBron, Kevin Durant.
And they're all big players, right? So do you see how they attack the basket? Is that what you take from them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what about the countless hours you guys put in the gym? All your teammates are talking about all the 6 a.m. runs, all the late nights you guys spend on the weekdays and the weekends. In the gym.
We're just trying to get better. That's all. We got workouts Monday through Sunday. So.
And tell us, I bet the workouts are super competitive.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then lastly, what are your goals in life and in basketball?
Goals in basketball is make it to NBA, get my mom out the house she in, get a big house and my grandma.
He has a great head on his shoulders. Best of luck, Jordan. Congratulations. All right. All right, we have Hayden here from Just Get Better. He got the best headband game so far in this tournament. So, Hayden, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So you guys just came off a victory.
Yep.
I just interviewed Josiah, but you had a really big game. So talk about that last game. What do you think you did really well, individually and as a team, Hayden?
Well, first and foremost, as a team, I feel like we did a good job pushing the tempo and not letting the other team speed us up in a sense. So in a way, for me, I think I really did good running our offense and driving and finishing and getting to the bucket real good. And then definitely going to the line. And then we just kept pushing it, shooting the ball, shots was going in.
And they're legit, ladies and gentlemen. They're a very talented team. But let's talk about Hayden more. So what are your strengths of your game, Hayden?
Definitely driving and finishing. I could get to the bucket at will, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I also got a mid-range and get the shot when it's available.
Yeah. So what is it? How do you balance between wanting to get all the way to the hole, then wanting to pull up? How do you read the defense and know what you're gonna do?
Well, in technicality, I'm just looking at them, looking at their demeanor. This game, they was pushing me up, so had to blow right past them to get to the bucket. But if they back a little bit, I can just let it fly.
Yeah. So what about all the work that you put in, Hayden? Tell us all the countless hours in the gym, growing up since you picked up the basketball to where you are now.
Definitely grinding, staying in the gym 6 to 8 hours a day this summer. Since I was a youngin', grew around a lot of good talent. My dad, averaged 20 as a freshman, SFA. My mom, collegiate level. My sister, going to LSU right now.
Oh wow.
So, it's a lot of pressure, but I think I'm willing to handle it. So
Well,
I
you
just
had
gotta
the
put the
blood.
work in.
Yeah, you had the bloodlines for sure, and you seem like you're putting in the work. So I love to hear that. And what are you trying to improve in your game, Hayden?
Probably my ball handling. Make sure I get a tighter handle on that. And so I'm gonna stay in the gym and work on that for sure.
Oh, I know you are. Okay, and what players do you look up to in the NBA that you modeled your game after?
Most definitely Kevin Durant. Long, lanky ones.
Nice.
So definitely gotta watch him, watch his offensive breakdowns, everything.
What do you like about Kevin Durant's game that you've taken bits and pieces of?
His pull up and the way he could just score at will, and no one can really stop him. He's unstoppable out there. And I definitely want to be like that someday.
Okay. And you have a couple more games left today. So what are the keys to victory for your team?
We just got to stay locked in, keep pushing the tempo, listen to our coaching staff, and then I believe we will come out victorious every time.
Yes, sir. And tell us about the bond that you have with your brothers. You guys are cheering for one another. You guys share the ball really nicely. Talk about that a little bit, Hayden.
That's all a part of the chemistry. That's what gets us going. That's what keeps us motivated to win the game and stay in the game. Most definitely.
Yeah. And then last question for you. What are your long-term goals in both basketball and in life?
Well, just to be the best version of myself, most definitely. And then I just want to make it far, make sure everybody else around me is good as well.
Yep. Well, he has a great head on his shoulders. So best of luck to Hayden and just get better. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got Josiah here from Just Get Better Elite. And Josiah just came off a victory. He had a really nice dunk. So Josiah, how are you?
I'm good.
So talk about that dunk. What was your mindset going into that dunk? And you put somebody on the poster. So when you go for a dunk, what are you thinking?
I seen a wide open lane. I was open. My friend gave me the ball, so all I was thinking was I'm finna dunk it. I didn't think nothing much of it really.
Yeah,
it was just I seen an open lane. I didn't know anybody was behind me or coming towards me, so I don't know.
Yeah. So Josiah, you have crazy hops. So how did you develop those hops, and how much work did you put in coming into this tournament?
Vertimax. I work out 2 times a day, like 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
Morning gym, 3 hours, 4 hours into the weight rooms, just putting in that work, working on legs, arms, everything. Just working on my balance, my agility, my speed, everything. Okay. You just gotta be dedicated.
Yeah, I can tell you are for sure. So Josiah, what class are you in?
I'm class 2023.
2023. Okay, and talk about your game a little bit. What are your strengths as a player?
My strengths are post moves, rebounds, blocks, pretty much stuff like that. Defensive wise, I'm a big asset when it comes to defense. Basically, yeah, post moves, hooks, layups, pretty much stuff like that.
Okay, around the basket, right?
Right.
Okay, Josiah. So talk about your team. Just Get Better, Elite. So those have not seen you play. How would you describe your team?
We're decent. We just gotta build better team communication because sometimes it's not there. But we're good as a team. We all know each other very well, so we know how to give each other the ball. We can score, pretty much stuff like that.
Okay. And Josiah, how many more games do you have left in this tournament?
I think we have one more game today. Yeah.
Okay, pool play, right? So Josiah, what are the keys to victory? What does your team need to do this next game in order to win?
Just stay strong throughout the game. Don't give up. Like they almost came back. They're like down like what 8 or something. We was up by like 19. But we realized we can't just give up. We can't just keep getting all these turnovers. We have to stay strong and stay in the game and keep calm because we was rushing it. So we had to, calm down and slow down. And we ended up getting the victory.
Nice. Talk about the chemistry that you have with your teams more, and then the chemistry you have with your coaching staff.
Pretty good. I mean, I know everybody for like a long time, and I know my coach for like 3 years, and we work on it all the time, chemistry, and it's definitely developed. Because at first we just, as my coach would say, play street ball, but now we're working on playing team basketball and getting better at that.
Yeah. And Josiah, last question for you. What are your long-term goals, either in basketball and in life?
Long-term goals. I want to be a professional basketball player. Make it to the league, of course. Long-term goals. I want to be, become successful. Like, finish school, go to college. That's pretty much it. Be a pro. Be known. Be known as one of the greatest. And, just keep grinding and staying in the gym and developing my game. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you're on the right track, Josiah. You got any more dunks coming up left in this tournament?
Hey, I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, look out for him. Josiah from Just Get Better. Well, Josiah, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
We got Tamerek Watson here from SHB Sports. So, Tamerek, how are you?
I'm good.
So you just finished your tournament here. Unfortunately, you lost the last game. So, what happened in the last game, and how did you play individually?
Individually, I played good. I attacked the basket. I hit my three-pointers, and I just communicated and kept the energy up for my team, even when we were down. But all together as a team, we could have played way better.
What could you have done better as a team, specifically in that last game, Tamerek?
The defense, the energy, and when the score got when they started going up, we kept holding our heads down, losing faith.
So let's talk about you as a player. What are your strengths?
Defense, rebounding, and attacking the paint.
And what NBA players do you like to model your game after, Tamerek?
Kawhi Leonard.
And what do you like about Kawhi Leonard? That's the first time, I've heard someone say Kawhi Leonard.
I like the way he just goes about carrying himself on and off the court, and the way he just plays hard every time, no matter what.
And what are you trying to work on in your game, Tamerek?
Being a more consistent and effective shooter.
Okay, and talk about overall as a tournament. How do you think you played, and how do you think your team played, just overall in all the games?
Overall, my team, we needed to play better, like communication-wise, and just gluing together, like gelling together, putting our pieces together. And myself, I feel like even though we lost, I did what I needed to do for my team. I played hard every game and gave it all.
That's all you can ask for, and talk about all the countless hours you put in the gym, all the late nights, that early mornings.
This past quarantine, that's when it really, with everything slowing down, that's when I really had to lock in and just get better, because without it, it's no separation in my game.
Yeah. And what about your long-term goals in life and basketball?
In life, outside of basketball, I would be interested in business administration or sports medicine, but overall, I just want to be a professional basketball player.
And what class are you in, Tamerek, and where are you from?
I'm in the class of 2021 from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, coming from New York. So talk about the basketball scene there in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, fast-paced, a lot of gritty guards, and we just playing hard every possession.
Yeah, and what about the overall takeaways, from this tournament, all the games, from yourself and your team?
The takeaway is the next tournament we go into come in July, we just got to play harder than we did here and just come out with more wins.
And did you enjoy yourself coming to play here in Texas at this tournament against different competition than you would get in Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was a learning experience, honestly, and it just prepared me to keep getting better.
And what about the bond that you have with your teammates and your coaching staff?
I love all my teammates. They know, every day we talk, we FaceTime, we make sure we stay connected, and we just stay together every time as much as we can, really.
Well, Tamerek is doing things the right way, representing Brooklyn, New York. So, Tamerek, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we have Joshua here from SHB Sports. So Joshua, how are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you?
Thanks for asking. I'm doing good. So unfortunately, SHB Sports lost their last game. But how did you play individually, and how did you play collectively as a team?
Individually, I think I started off heating up, and I was definitely aggressive in the beginning of the quarter. And as a team, we picked it up at the end, but we brought the intensity at the end. But we really should have started off like that and play like that throughout the whole game.
Yeah, it's a learning experience for sure. But Joshua, what NBA players do you model your game after?
Well, I did like Steph Curry, but then I changed to Kemba Walker because like I didn't want to be a bandwagon. Plus, Kemba Walker, he's more my style. He's more my style.
And what do you like about his game, Josh?
I like how he's poised with the ball and just like how he can create anything. He can get past any defender.
And what class are you in, and where are you from?
I'm class of 2022, and I'm from South Dallas, but I was born my bad. I was born in Oak Cliff, but like I was from South Dallas.
So describe the basketball scene in South Dallas for us, Joshua.
Well, it's very rough. It's very rough, man. All these foul calls. That's why sometimes I don't be complaining, because like when you down there with those men, like I be playing with the grown men. It's way different. It's way different.
Yeah. And let's talk about you as a player. What are your strengths?
My strengths is definitely shooting and playmaking. Shooting before the playmaking.
And what are you trying to work on in your game, Joshua?
I'm really trying to work on creating more, like creating moves off the dribble and playmaking for my teammates.
And Joshua, describe all the countless hours that you put in the gym, all the long nights, early mornings, on the weekends when you could be doing other things. Like, describe your dedication to the game of basketball.
Man, countless hours every day. Grind don't stop. I'm going to the gym after this today. Just you gotta grind. Every day is a grind. Every day is a grind.
Yeah, for sure. And what are the biggest takeaways? What can your team learn and take away from this tournament? And what about you? What's the biggest thing you're going to take away from this?
From this tournament, I feel like we will take away like how to get together, play more, really gel together as a team. And our team, basically like chemistry for this team. And learning our roles in the game. That's really what the team should take away from this.
And they're a new group for sure, Joshua. So describe that process. How's it going to be like gelling and getting to know your teammates, both on the floor and off the floor?
Man, it's going to be a lot of practices. We gotta really go hard, man. Go to practice and bring the intensity every day. Go hard.
And Joshua, you're a point guard. So when you're bringing the ball up the court, how are you reading the defense?
I'm reading the defense to see first what defense they in. They in a zone or they in man? And seeing which ball side wings, are they in the help? Are they denying? Is the paint clogged up? That's what I'm looking at when I'm bringing the ball up the floor.
And Joshua, what are your long-term goals, both in life and in basketball?
My long-term goals is just to be a respectable, well-honored, and honest young man. And my goals in basketball is basically just to make money off of it any way I can.
Well, he is very mature and a great head on his shoulders. Best of luck, Joshua. Thank you very much for joining me.
All right. Yo, bye, y'all.